All right, good evening, volleyball fans, and welcome to this Heart Lakes Conference matchup between the visiting DGF Rebels, found in the black jerseys today, against your home Pelican Rapids Vikings. I'm Logan Knorr at Channel 2 alongside student producers Jaden Peterson and Brian Martinez. I'll be giving you the call. These guys will be making this production possible under the direction of Mr. Kerry Halgrud. And what an impressive DGF team that is coming in here once again. One of the stars that we will be talking about all night is going to be number 8, Aria Garrett. Now in her senior campaign, she has been an absolute monster in volleyball, basketball court as well, but we're not into that season yet. And so they are reading off the starting lineup for the DGF Rebels. We'll do the same. Number 1, Ava, well, we'll do the full lineup. May as well. We have the time. They're doing the same thing down there. So the full lineup for the DGF Rebels varsity team is number 1, Ava Schreiber, the senior. Number 2, Ellie Sosa, the 5'10 junior. Number 3, Reagan Kaiser. She is a 5'10 freshman. Plenty of height here on this DGF team, we will find. Carly Wagner, not to be confused with the Carly Wagner who is a U of M Division I basketball player out of, I can't even remember the name of the town, southern Minnesota. Gosh, I should remember. It's like 4 towns put together, but this is a different one. She's a 5'6 senior here for the Rebels. She's an outside hitter. Number 5, Aubrey Tisber. She is a 5'5", 8th grader getting the varsity jersey. Impressive work for Aubrey. Number 6, Camille Costello. She's been a name that has been around the DGF team here. She's the libero. That's number 6. She'll be a 5'5 junior. Ava Haas, middle hitter, 5'8 sophomore. Aria Garrett, she's number 8, as mentioned before, 6'1 senior with some power. Number 9, Carly Tweeton. She is a 5'7 senior. Number 10, Danielle Boyd. She is an outside hitter, 5'9 senior. Number 11, Lillian Reno, 5'6 sophomore. Number 12, Annika Stewart. She's a junior. Number 13, Gretchen Graham, 5'8 senior. Number 14, Hallie Schreiber. She is a setter, 5'6 junior. Number 15, as the pep band finally calms down. I may as well get to the end of the roster, then we'll have a conversation about the pep band. Anyway, number 15, Alexis Fremke. She's a 5'9 senior. Number 16, Maya Lubke. She is a 5'2 junior. The only one under 5'5 that I saw. Now, finally, somebody of shorter nature for the DGF Rebels. Maya Lubke, the junior. Number 17, Justice Sanders, 5'10 junior. Number 18, Haley Woolwind. The teams have made the court here. Talk about some pregame stats as the Pelican Rapids pep band walks off. I had 6 moms on the DGF side with one hand in their right ear, one finger in their right ear, trying to drown, or I could say block out the deafening sound of the Pelican Rapids pep band. And then I had 3 moms and aunts or fans of the DGF side with 2 hands and ears. So different levels here of noise control trying to be. Pep band was loud here, and I think it's a scattery crowd, and that also can make it echo around in here. Even the buzzer sounds loud on a Thursday night. Split fans for the Vikings. They do not have the section back yet because it's the pep band. Also, there is soccer games all over. There's an away soccer game in Crookston, or maybe Bemidji for the girls. I'd have to double-check the schedule. I believe it's Crookston tonight. And then the boys are hosting Bemidji just over on Brownfield as well. So plenty of athletics all over in Pelican Rapids. Almost the whole school is somewhere playing some activity here on the volleyball court. First block of the night. Big play by Allie Berger inside, trying to make a stand there. Nice attack was Carly Tweeton. Berger a little bit stronger, a little bit better on the net. Nice job, Vikings, getting the opening point there. Have not mentioned the lineups for the Vikings. Names a little more familiar for me. Should be easy to mention as they come along. It was Malia Tweeton who got the serving going for the Vikings. Now it's Ariana Hovland who finds no man's land in the middle of the court, and she gets the second point for the Vikings. Solid start here for Pelican Rapids. 2 points to 0 in this first set of play. DGF Rebels here in the middle. Miscommunication for a minute, so Tweeton just has to serve it over here. And Hovland tries to get a move on, and it's deflected at the net and falls. So nice start here for Pelican Rapids. DGF trying to right the ship. They are coached by Tessa Tisver. assisted by Andrea Anderson, Steph Hansen. See what they can do on the offensive end right now. That is number 4 with the attack in. Nice play there by Carly Wagner. She's getting her name on the scorer's table early. And so all that time of me talking about how she reminded me of somebody else, she's trying to make her own name, stamp her own name on Carly Wagner. Nicely done there, number 4. That is she is a senior. A lot of senior talent here for DGF. They have a good mix, long bench here. They have the entire bench full. Pelican Rapids has 5 seats at the end that are vacant. So more depth at DGF. Looks like some more seniors there as well. Let's see if that plays any factor in this game. Tweeton tries to send one across the back left corner. It is long by about 5 feet. Pelican Rapids once again will take control of the setting. And of the serving. It is 4-1 Pelican Rapids. This time Cameron Kirkwood who sends it short left side. DGF has no way to get a strong attack of it. They'll go right side. Bella Schustrom off the antenna up on the top here. And that's out of bounds. Point for the Rebels. Rebels at 9-0 on the season here, and they've been winning in phenomenally, I would say, dominant fashion. They have not taken a 5-set match to 5 games. They have won their games as we get a kill there inside. A 4-3 now, Vikings with a lead, and Tweeton will serve for the Rebels. Anyway, the Rebels are coming off their victory against Perham on Tuesday night. They won 3 games to 1, and that was one of the few games that somebody won a set. So Perham winning a set against DGF, something to be proud of. DGF 9-0. They have won, looks like, I've got to look here, 6 of their 9 games have been won in sweeps. So they are dialed in this year early on. Garrett inside, deflection, but out of bounds. Vikings had nothing to do with it after out of bounds, but deflection. Vikings last touch. So DGF will get the point there, and things are knotted now at 4 points apiece in the first set. Tweeton. Pink shoes, I would say that they're special, but it looks like the entire DGF team has the same shoes. If I had to guess, I think it's the Asia Wilson. I think it's pink. I think they're called like Aura, or I don't know. There's something like that. I was looking them up earlier. My best guess is it's the Asia Wilson pink team shoes. They're all matching. They look sharp for sure. Let's see what Wagner can do. She powers another one home. I tell you what, Carly Wagner at just 5'6", showing some vertical ability there. Sky super high there on the left side. Sends it home with the right hand. She already has 2 kills in this game. DGF on a roll now. 5 points in a row they have scored. Morgan Korf now in the game, not wearing the libero jersey as she has in previous years. She's needed all over in the front line and back line. That goes long from Wagner. Point Pelican Rapids. Able to get back into the scoring column are the team in orange. A host of substitutions come in. Alexis Fromke, as well as number 12, Annika Stewart, entering into the game here, the senior and junior respectively. Ariana Hovland, the junior herself, gives it a running jump. Nice serve and an ace for Hovland. I believe I would call that an ace. No second hit, no second volley there. And they will put an ace up in the tally for Hovland. I just was surprised. Another one. I was just surprised because I do not see any special. Usually every team has some kind of special ace celebration in the beginning. We had the Rossay Tigers last week here in Pelican Rapids. They were doing some kind of gritty in the middle. Now you have Ariana Hovland hitting 3 aces in a row, and she is just nonchalantly giving a high five to all of her teammates. Just 5 high fives all around. Nothing too special here, but if it gets the job done, let's see if she can't get another one. This one is handled by the Rebels. No ace this time, but Garrett does not get an offensive move on it. They're going to let Korf on the left side have an opportunity. It's into the bench, and a whistle blows out of bounds. I thought for a second it was going to be Stewart on the far side diving into the bench section. Excuse me, that would have been Danielle Boyd. I thought she was gonna give it a jump off of her teammate's laps over there. She did not. Out of bounds, ends up being now 9-6 Pelican with an advantage. What a dive in by Malia Tweeten. Garrett with a cheeky little soft offensive play, and Tweeten saves it momentarily, but now finally Vikings cannot handle that rally, and DGF gets control of the serves yet again. Carly Wagner, spelled with a K, K-A-R-L-I-E. Morgan Korf, deflection off the net there. Point Pelican Rapids. I think it bounced off of our elevated official. Liking the elevated surfaces this man is. Took a deflection after it was blocked. It was kind of, yeah, it was tipped at the net by Garrett and then out of bounds. So Vikings are able to get a deflection point. Boyd, strong serve up into the rafters. What a save, Tweeten. Can they adjust? They cannot. Unfortunate play there for the Vikings. Looked like a great dig with, even though it was a high-speed attack. They were trying to do their best there, but that dig ended up into the rafters. Somebody needs to engineer the building, make it 10 feet taller. Vikings could have had a shot at that one. We'll see if the rafters create issues later on. Morgan Korf, another one off the deflection into the laps of the DGF coaching staff. Give Morgan Korf now 3 kills. She is looking healthy, looking like she also at, I believe, 5'7" is what they have her on the program for. Oh, there's no height for the program here for volleyball. In the basketball program last year, she was at 5'7". Maybe she grew a little bit on the college recruiting sites. Put her at 5'8". You may as well get her maybe like an old bump it, like they have in the like the old infomercials. Put her in a bump it. She might be 5'10". Who knows? We'll see. Serving now for DGF is Haley Schreiber. Standing serve, arcing, tough spot to be. Vikings can't handle it. Great serve by Schreiber. She's now going to set there for Boyd, and it was deflected. I think they wanted a tip here. Yes, correct. So the point, yeah, it went long, but it was deflected. Point DGF. Boyd's strong attack inside. Unable to be stopped by the Vikings. Schreiber continues. This one with a little more oomph, little less arc. Ends up in the back line. Vikings have a little bit of an attack. Nothing the DGF Rebels can't handle. Boyd back-footed, able to get it over. Now Korf, also not a ton of momentum, goes soft with it, ticks it off the net and drops it down right by the Viking head. Nicely done there. And the Vikings playing inspired ball so far, 12-10. Playing with a team that is certainly their senior, and there was talk that that would have been out, but they play it anyway, but blocked inside. Nice play. Wow. Carly Tweeten skies high, but it's blocked inside. I did not see who got credit there. I did not see who the high fives were going around to, but wow. What a play by the Vikings after Korf's serve might have gone long if they would have let it go. This time Korf digs it out, saved there by Carly Hovland. Korf sends it back, tries to fight another day. This time Wagner gets deflected and it falls between Joey Bell, number 7 in black, the libero for the Vikings today, and Morgan Korf. That deflection was a really tough adjustment to make. DGF is gonna credit with a point. 13-11 they trail. DGF trying to get that deficit back to tied. And Hovland now from the back line, almost fanned on it, barely gets it over the net. And stepping into it is Wagner, off the net, but in. Wow, nice play. I do not think that was deflected up front. I think that just rolled off the net. And I thought it would have almost gotten out of bounds, but it did land just inside, right in front of the script lettering that says Rex Haugen Court. And then there's a serve right into the net by Boyd. So there's a point for Pelican Rapids. 14-12, unforced error by DGF, giving the Vikings a quick point here. Tweeten, she sends it. That might have been long, but it was saved by the libero inside. That was number 6, the libero. One more time, Camille Costello. She is a guard, I believe, on the basketball squad as well. A lot of familiar faces. The skills for basketball and volleyball are very translatable. Are you tall? Are you athletic? That's pretty much it. Joey Bell tried to save that one here. It went through her hands a little bit. Tough situation, kind of serve, got up high on her, so she tried to two-hand set that up on the first volley, looking to scoop it. Costello, solid serve from her, gets the ace. 14-all now. Tied up, Costello elevates. Kirkwood set a little close to the net. Hovland with a very athletic play just to stick with it, and not before Carly Wagner finds a great angle with power right to left, or her left side over to the right here. Found a seam, and the Rebels find another point. Korf right to Kirkwood. Kirkwood, good spot. And Garrett inside nonchalantly blocks it. And a timeout is going to be called by Heidi Eisman of the Pelican Rapids Vikings. Coach Eisman, been coaching quite some time. We should get a number on how many years she's been coaching. An impressive amount for sure. If I had to put a guess on it, man, I would probably say, and I don't want to get in trouble, 15 years would be my best guess, plus or minus a few. Head coach for the Pelican Rapids Vikings volleyball team, and she's assisted by Marie Heiberg and Amanda Bells. Both teams talking it over. Coach Tessa Tisver has to be very happy with how her team has battled back, forcing Pelican Rapids to take a timeout. They are now up 16-14 DGF in this first set after scuffling early. Pelican Rapids took the first couple of points, and I believe they took a 4-1 lead into the beginning of this set. So since then, DGF has been outscoring the Vikings 15-10. They've been working at a good clip. Pelican Rapids trying to stay in this. When they have a chance, and I've always seen this with volleyball, the beginning of this set can seem very, very even matched, very who's going to win. It could be anybody. And then you find out the good teams in this latter half of the set really buckle down, lock in, communicate well, and really just put a dagger in the set. We'll see what Berger can do. Berger got lucky a little bit. Seemed like she was back-footed, mishit, and it hit right off the middle top of the net, rolled over, fell like 2 feet from the net and 2 feet from the sideline right in front of the DGF bench. So fortunate bounces all over the place there for the Vikings. Cut this lead by the Rebels in half. Wow, Tweeten, her dig goes straight into the net, and it goes, Hovland was able to adjust, but Aria Garrett cleans it up. Chaotic play that was very calmly, I said cleaned up twice, but very calmly handled by number 8, the senior, I'm assuming captain, veteran in the middle. I do not see a C on anyone's jersey or anything, but I have to imagine the type of talent she brings, she's one of them. And she does it again, just up front. Another point for the Rebels. Nice read there by Malia Tweeten. Lets that go, and it's long. Vikings take a point off of the missed serve as some substitutions come in. Back in for the Rebels here, number 12 and number 15. The substitution that happened earlier, Annika Stewart and Alexis Fromke. Ari Hovland serves. Stewart sets up Fremke, blocked momentarily, and she cannot double hit. As Allie Berger blocked it momentarily, it hit off of the net, looked like it wanted to go. Berger tried to finish the job, but that's a double hit. So DGF able to get that point, 19-16. Tweeten digs out that nice serve there. Korf now from the 10-foot line, just tries to drive it deep. That might have gone out if it wasn't picked up by DGF. Now Kirkwood sets it up nicely for Korf. She puts one on, but it's deflected up front. And DGF now into the net was Boyd. Point for Pelican Rapids. 19-17 DGF with the lead. Pelican Rapids hanging around. And in for the Rebels is number 16, Maya Lubke, the 5'2" outside hitter. Boyd inside. She goes soft with the left hand. Now it's Hovland trying to find Korf. She mishits, and it was not deflected up front. It was just off the net. So there's 4 hits for the Vikings and another point for DGF. Now entering those critical hours, those critical points that we talk about. Who's going to put the dagger into this final game? 2017, Garrett is going to try and serve here for the Rebels. Vikings handle it. A 10-foot line jumping attack from Hovland, handled by the Rebels. Would have gone out, but the reflexes got the best of Hovland. She makes contact with it and gives the Rebels the point. If she could have gone Neo Matrix on that one, she could have avoided it and allowed the Vikings to get a point. Instead of a 2-point lead for the Rebels, it's now a 4-point lead. Once again, Garrett. Hovland sets her up nice. Now Korf on the right side will just toss it softly into no man's land. Looked like a little teardrop floater with the right hand. Good. Nice play. 2 points for Korf. That's going to be a call that I make in a couple of months. 21-18. Pelican down 3 in this first set. Mirren Thomas now entering the game for one of her first times, getting the serving duties. Running inside here was Stewart. That's Frumke. Now it is Tweeten trying to put an attack. DGF handles it. And Frumke scoops it over. Now Tweeten on the right side. Blocked up front, but out of bounds. It had to have been blocked. Wait. Nope, they're calling the point for DGF here. It looks like, I think what happened was, there is confusion. I'm not sure if it went off net or it was a hit that everyone, I think, believed was blocked and then sent out of bounds, so the Vikings were going to get that point. But they're either saying the ball fully went off the net, or they're saying that there was a net infraction or a violation that led DGF to getting a point. Either way, DGF gets that point and this following point, making it 23-18, which is going to induce the second timeout of the set for Heidi Eisenman. Vikings down 5. Need something to happen here in the late going of the first set. As mentioned, the DGF Rebels at 9-0 on the season. The Vikings instead are at 3-6. They have won, looks like 3 games. One to Lake Park Audubon, one to Norman County East Hewlin-Hitterdal, and one to Rosse. And they just fell recently. Their last play was in this Saturday tournament where they had 5 mini games of 3. They fell to Hillcrest, Battle Lake, Breckenridge. 3 teams that are very, very good. Hillcrest here at a 7-1 record for the season. Breckenridge at an 8-1 record. So they have been playing good teams, which is potentially going to bode well for when they have opportunities to win going forward here. Looks like the Park Rapids area Panthers might be one of the bottom teams in the section. The Barnesville Trojans, surprisingly here, are at 0-3 on the season. So Vikings playing good talent so far in the season, and it is a long year, and everyone knows that anything can happen when we get into October. And I've seen some impressive stuff from the youth up front. For example, that's Malia Tweeten, the sophomore. Dikembe Mutomboing that right back where it came from. 2 separate references. One's an NBA player from the 90s. One's Dikembe Mutombo might be from the 80s. I need some feedback on that. But and the other one is, that's a good old Monsters, Inc. reference. Put that thing right back where it came from, or so help me. And the Vikings continue to move forward. 2 points out of the timeout, just what the doctor ordered. Down 3 now, but they're in the 20s. 20-23. Korf just safely sends it over. You cannot give up a point now. Joey Bell scoops it, and it is out of bounds. Joey Bell trying to dig it here for the Vikings, and it goes out of bounds across to the other side. And this brings up a set point. Serving is Danielle Boyd. She steps into one. Bell to Korf. Now Kirkwood scoops it over. Boyd now trying to set up in the middle, attack long, so it will live another point. That was Ava Haas trying to set things away here. The sophomore, too saucy with it on the left side. And so the Vikings try again. Malia Tweeten, 21-24. That's too strong. Gone is this first set. 25-21. DGF Rebels take it. And we'll be back in Channel 2 for the start of this second set. Well, I hope I made an appearance on the camera there. Running back to my post. They stopped the clock early on me here. I had 30 seconds to talk to my friend Greg Larson down here, father of Grady Larson, the junior at Pelican Rapids, and Charlie Larson, the since graduated here Pelican Rapids Viking alumnus, I should say. And yeah, so stop talking, do your job. DGF and Danielle Boyd going to start things off here, sending it to Morgan Korf. Kirkwood sets, Hovland in the middle, trying to take advantage of when Aria Garrett is out of the game. Usually she subs in quite early in these sets. Vikings once again take advantage. So with Garrett in the middle, I think the Vikings have been really trying to avoid sending attacks through the middle, but that time trying to maybe expose a bit of a hole with her out right now. Korf drives it to the back right side. Now over here, and it's going to be Wagner. And Hovland, quick reflexes, almost is able to save it, but instead it caroms right over the shoulder of our officiating crew into the student section of Pelican Rapids. Cullen Hovland, the only standing guy here down at the student section, caught that ball and tossed it along. Kirkwood is just sprinting to get to that ball, but it is Bella Schustrom who ends up just hitting it up. The Vikings are able to adjust, and Korf, the well-veteraned, she might be the all-time dig leader. I might have to take a look here. They got to have a record book on here, don't they? Absolutely, they do. She very calmly is able to scoop that up. Now let me take a look before I just start saying crazy things. She is not, oh, I see. This is for the career. She is the all-time dig leader, and it's not even close. She had at the start of this season 1,783 digs, and she has 2 of them in the last 30 seconds of talking as she did it once again. And I think a lot of that here comes down to consistency of play. Korf must be playing probably at a high varsity level at least since her 8th grade campaign. And she's done a great job since the beginning. Also on that list here in Pelican Rapids lore is Kaylee Eisenman. She's a 2019 grad, I believe. Kendra Coleman, who might be a 2012 grad, I'm guessing 2012. Mackenzie Korf, 2016. And Hazel Haugrud, who actually is who graduated last year, also on this list with 850. So Morgan Korf never been the season leader in digs. Looks like her sister Mackenzie Korf has 612 digs, is the leader for season digs. But Morgan Korf had 577 2 years ago, 502 3 years ago, 445 last year. She has just been a consistent workhorse in the defensive line for this Pelican Rapids Vikings. And that time it is Tweeten skying high, sending it home. Nice kill for her. Carly Tweeten. 5'7" with some hops. Now Malia Tweeten digs that. Over here, Bella Schustrom, nowhere to go. Kind of got stuck up into the referee's stand up there, had nowhere to go with it, and it's at point for DGF. DGF in firm control of this game, or excuse me, this set. It is now 7-1. If you're just joining us, this is the second set of action. The first set was 25-21 DGF, so Vikings here in a little bit of some narrow straits. They do want to get themselves back into this match, and they probably really could use a win here to avoid going down 2-0. Camille Costello rises high, sends it over. Kirkwood sets it. Hayden Haugrud now into the game, the junior, number 6 for the Vikings. DGF able to handle it. Korf digs once again. Tweeten and her got in a little bit of a miscommunication. Then Bella Schustrom gets denied, but the Vikings are able to clean up. So DGF was momentarily in a little bit of discombobulation. Now a long serve. Morgan Korf tried to save it with a dig, whiffed on it, and the full whiff is good for her because it was out of bounds anyway. So the Vikings are going to get this point, thankfully, to, well, if you're Morgan Korf, you could say, I tried to at the very last second. I saw the line, and I didn't hit it on purpose. And that's what I'm sure she'll say in class tomorrow when I ask her. Carly Hovland serves it right into the net, and it is now 8-2 DGF. Tweeten to Tweeten. Kirkwood. Korf skies high, sends an attack, but it was blocked up front there by number 14, Hallie Schreiber. Korf again, this time off the net and into no man's land. DGF is all over it. They have a couple girls at the feet of the blockers ready to make adjustments, and well done. And now it's Wagner skying high and finding an open space. Another nice one from Carly Wagner. She has 5 kills, and when I look at the stats, that leads all players with 5 from what the scoreboard has. Now, that might not be the most accurate score, considering we have Dave Rund doing his best down there, and I'm sure he's doing a fine job. And the point is out of bounds. It looks like Charla Setter standing right on that. The ball caromed off of her foot. And if you're a line judge, you always learn, stand out of bounds so that you know if the ball hits you, it has to be out of bounds. So Setter going through that logical processing, realizing for a moment, startled by the fact that the ball hit her in the foot, but then making the determination that it was out of bounds, I believe correctly so. This one caroms off of the net or the rafters one more time. Vikings made the adjustment. Garrett inside now. Tweeten just sends it sky high, and Hovland from her knees gets up, makes the adjustment. The rally continues. Costello scoops one underhanded backwards over. Now Korf, but it is Costello. Really nice athletic dig by her. And this has been the most entertaining rally of the game so far. And it's going to be ended by number 15, Alexis Frumke, getting the point for DGF. And it is now 10-3. Through all the chaos, DGF stays calm, collected. And that one hits off the net, goes over. Vikings able to handle, blocked up front inside there by Frumke. Boyd inside, she got tightened up to the net, diving play, Korf keeps it alive momentarily. Tweeten tries to send it like Derek Jeter, running away, throwing it backwards over the net, did not get it to go. And I thought there was confusion for a moment at the scorer's table, but I think there's just a couple jokes being thrown around inside there. Ball caromed into the scorer's table, and point around, laugh, a couple laughs, and move forward. Point for the Vikings there. It's now 11-4. Vikings down 7. Need to cut into this deficit earlier rather than later. It's a tall order to say you have to outscore the DGF Rebels here. And now that it stands 12-4, you'd have to outscore them, if my Pelican Rapids math serves me well, 21-11 in order to win by 2 points in 25. So Vikings really need to make some moves now, dig into this lead the Rebels have. Garrett throws it to Hovland. And Tweeten, too strong, too high. Out of bounds. The Vikings had some wind in their sails in the first game, and the breeze has not picked up here in the second. And any points they've gotten have kind of been from DGF giving them some. There's another one. Garrett gives them a serve into the net. And then there, Korf gives it right back with a wayward serve, long and left. Joey Bell sets it up for Kirkwood. Kirkwood was pretty tight to the net, so she decides to try and send it over on a second volley. Nice play by her. Threw DGF off a little bit, but they're able to adjust as a good team would. Nice attack there by Haas, but it was blocked up front by Tweeten. Vikings continue, and diving in is Hovland, Carly Hovland that is, then Ariana Hovland. Continuing to fight are the Vikings, and they do not get this point. DGF will, despite the very good effort here from Pelican Rapids. And the timeout's going to be called, as I think there were 4 or 5 Vikings players that were diving on in the attempt to save that point. Very strong effort from these Pelican Rapids Vikings. Despite the disjoint play, you could say, maybe miscommunications or simply just great placements by DGF. The Vikings have stood strong and are continuing to fight here, but they need to get moving. As mentioned, they are down 15-5, second game. DGF won the second game, or second set, I should say. DGF won the first set 25-21. A couple of the leaders here for either team. Carly Wagner, once again spelled Kararlie. She is sitting with 5 kills. And when I look over here at the Pelican Rapids side, it is Morgan Korf who has 4 kills for the Vikings today. Some of the career leaders here, and I talked about career leaders in digs earlier with Morgan Korf. Well, Morgan Korf also has the career lead in aces. She has 143. We were talking about kills. She is not on the list for the most kills. Morgan Korf makes sense because she was a libero for all of those years. But it'd be interesting as Cameron Kirkwood nicely tosses that, redirects it, you could say, as the setter, right down the right sideline, gets the Vikings a point. Be interesting if you guys knew who the kills leader was for these Pelican Rapids Vikings. Who is the kills leader? This could be give you time to comment in the YouTube channel or send me a text message if you have my number. If you don't have my number, I am not going to say my number on a YouTube live stream. So there's that. But yes, Ari Hovland. Nice attack there, but the Rebels once again able to calmly send it back over. Hovland once again, this time long. Ellie Kress, is her full name Eleanor? That's another good question. Ellie Kress there, line judge, far right side. Unable to, all over that, noticing that Ariana Hovland was unable to keep that in bounds. It was long by about 18 inches. And now serving, first time I've seen her in the game for these Rebels is number 1, Ava Schreiber, the senior. Hovland now. Now it's Tweeten, redirect. Didn't matter if it landed in or out. It is point DGF. And they are tripling up the Vikings, 18-6. Ava Schreiber once again. As it looked like that volleyball must have caromed down into the janitor's closet. Izzy Gravlin, number 2, at the end of the bench with a very nice effort to run and grab that volleyball. Hovland running to her right, trying to poke it back to the left. Could not get a good angle at it, and it flies far and wide to the right. Schreiber continues. Tweeten, Kirkwood, Hovland. Ari Hovland, nice attack there. It goes off the rafters. Can DGF stay with it? And Ava Schreiber unable to scoop that underhanded over. And a couple smiles from DGF here as this time the rafters get the best of them. And Kirkwood now for the Vikings. Kirkwood, her original serve, was not handled well by the dig. They'll give her an ace. It went right into the net here. Schreiber is able to handle that one. Now over to Carly Wagner, and they're giving a point to the Rebels here. Looks like it was blocked momentarily, but might have gone out of bounds back on the DGF side of the net. Kirkwood sets up Hovland. Hovland runs into it, but it was blocked up front by either Garrett or Wagner. Could not see or tell. Now they're going to try and set up Garrett in the middle. No, they'll go to the right side here. And it is out of bounds. Tweeten, full send from the right side, back left corner, just long. Ari Hovland one more time here. running serve. Garrett just straight up pops one over to the left side. Nicely done there. Another point for DGF. 21-9. Substitutions coming in. That's number 12, Stewart. And number 13 this time, that's Gretchen Graham. Graham is a 5'8" senior. I've not seen her name called yet. She will serve here. Kirkwood tries to set up Korf. Korf a little bit high and outside on that set. And the Vikings get the point, and Korf kind of pays for it as she flew into the padding on the left side of that net. But very nice adjustment by Morgan Korf to get the point. Vikings now making this serviceable. Hovland, Carly Hovland too far with that serve. Which gives another point to DGF, 22-10. If you've been waiting on who is the career leader in kills for the Pelican Rapids Vikings, it's Kendra Coleman with 10-22, and that's starting to make me think that I know the chronology of the Pelican Rapids coaching staff. I believe Chris Coleman, who just retired for Pelican Rapids this year after, what was it, a 36, 38-year career. It was incredible. She was, I believe, the head volleyball coach for a while and was giving tutelage to her daughter, Kendra. And once Kendra graduated, then she gave the reins over to Heidi Eisman, who saw, you know, two girls of her own go through this program. And I think that probably was around the time Kendra graduated, which would be in the 20, I'm guessing, maybe it was a 2010. Maybe she's a 2010 grad. I cannot put an exact number on it, but Kendra Coleman with the career leader in kills. Right behind her was Anna Roysum, who is the second person to this. Anna Roysum, who just graduated last year, 742 kills, and she hardly played her senior year due to a nagging, I believe, a knee injury that she was working through. So some talent has been here, and some talent still is here in Pelican Rapids, as Morgan Korf still adding to her career totals in aces and digs. And it's exciting to see some of these middle hitters, like, for example, Malia Tweeton showing some promise at the sophomore level. Ariana Hovland as well, right to her left, done well. And they were right there on the defense as DGF whiffs on that. And it's going to be the Vikings point yet again. 13-24, Vikings still facing a set point. Let's see if Boyd can put an end to it. She does very calmly. DGF wins that second game, 25-13. And that is going to make it 2-0. Vikings have one more chance to reset and try and steal a set to make things an interesting match. And we'll see what happens here when we come back. All right, we're back in business here in Pelican Rapids for the third set here of potentially 5. And if you're a Vikings fan, you're hoping 5 because the first 2 games went the way of DGF. The first one, 25-21. The second one, 25-13, I believe. And the first point is going to go the way of DGF as well. It seemed like the first game, Vikings had a good handle of things and were playing with poise. Second game, the wind was out of their sails, pretty much all of it, and they fought hard but just never found any kind of flow to make an attack on this. And a lot of that speaks to the 9-0 DGF Rebels with the talent that they have brought in here in their, I would say, senior but very veteran squad, and it has a squad with depth. And they've brought in probably 6 to 8 girls who I could look at their bench and see what people I've seen to play. And they've opened it up to 6, 8, 10 deep, and all of them have been juniors and seniors, and they've looked strong. So, Vikings might get away with this one. It goes off the backboard. That happened in the Rosse game as well, so they can thank this backboard once again for prolonging a point but not winning a point, as DGF still able to clean it up. Up here, it is the main basketball hoop that kind of, it doesn't go straight up because I think that would kind of get in the way of play. What it does is it goes sideways. So it goes, I think, to kind of avoid, maybe for volleyball in particular, it goes the way of the east if you know the Pelican Rapids Vikings setup. Right now the camera is pointing towards the northeast. So all the hoops are going east. So that was a strong attack from right to left. It caromed up high, would have been way gone from the dig of Pelican Rapids, but it hit off of the backboard up there and was saved. And I yapped about that for 30 seconds, and all it turned into was an extra 5 seconds of play before the DGF Rebels got another point, and they get another one here again. It's 4-1, Pelican Rapids with just 1 point in this set and looking to right the scores. Hovland, a strong attack from her, somehow dug out there from the back line of DGF, and now it is Wagner. Nice attack in from DGF, 5-1. Tweeton. Ari Hovland digs momentarily. Malia Tweeton now from the back area of the volleyball court. Back and forth they go. Now Ari Hovland blocked up front by Garrett. Kirkwood just sends it to the back right corner with her second set. Looking to drive it back, but DGF still able to control it. And there's a collision up front here between both Malia Tweeton and Ari Hovland. They're both able to get up here. No harm, no foul. Kind of toppling over each other, both looking to get that volleyball. Kirkwood to Schustrom. Tweeton. Korf, Kirkwood, Tweeton. This time able to get a little kiss off the net, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe that was just a nice pure diving serve. Not the most velocity, but the right pace to drop that thing in no man's land, or no girl's land, I should say. Hovland. Running over to get that is Stewart. It was blocked momentarily. Then Berger cleans it up. Blocked by Schustrom. Berger saved it. Now another block up front. And a point here for Pelican Rapids, as it looks like that second one was not blocked. It was simply off the net. And so that was 4 hits from DGF. And Ariana Hovland will get a back-to-back serve opportunity here. Runs in, left-footed jump. And serve. Garrett inside. Wow, what a dig by Cameron Kirkwood. And cannot capitalize. Garrett sent that one with speed. Kirkwood did her best just to keep it airborne, and the Vikings almost got it back over, but could not. It's going to be Carly Wagner now. double white ankle brace, pink shoes as mentioned, matching the rest of the team. And an ace here, and it looks like they do have their ace celebrations dialed in for the Rebels. Far left side, the end of the bench, doing some kind of a dance. Hope if they get another ace, I will try and give you a better description of what that was. DGF hasn't had many aces. I look at their board here, and I only see the one, and that's from Wagner. Korf will just scoop that thing over on the run. Inside now to Boyd. Left side long. Danielle Boyd, no. Vikings, yes. Pelican Rapids now with 4 points. Putting a little bit more of an attack or more of a challenge together in this third game as opposed to the second. See if they can extend the match. Garrett, right side. Long. Another one where DGF unable to capitalize. Gives the Vikings another point. Carly Hovland. Wagner from the back line. That's 3 in a row DGF has had. First Boyd, then Garrett, now Wagner. All running into that, having a good offensive opportunity and just sending it long. Too much weight room, too much warm up. Something is not clicking. We'll see what Boyd can do now. This time, nice top spin from Boyd. Had sauce from the trajectory. It looked like it could have gone over, but it just was a sinker. Split-fingered fastball sinking down right on the back line here by Danielle Boyd. And that's just what DGF needed to get back in the scoring column. And after that now, long-awaited substitutions are happening. And there's a pause up front as Garrett gives the ball to Schreiber. I believe that's Ava Schreiber. Yes, the 5'5" senior. Kirkwood in his middle. Korf, middle hitter. Weird to see her there after all the years, like I mentioned, in the white jersey. And this time it was handled by DGF, and they quickly sent it back this way, and they're going to get another point, 6-11. Schreiber again. Hovland sends it to Kirkwood. Now Korf in the middle. Cannot get a strong attack, so she goes for the cheeky touch play, and DGF able to handle, and it looks like it's finished off there by Fremke. And the whistle is blown for another timeout here. Coach Eisman wants to talk things over with Pelican Rapids trailing 6-12 in the third set of action. Looking around, it's kind of a homecoming of sorts. We are 1 week before homecoming. Next week you have all kinds of homecoming activities. You have a home volleyball game Thursday night, home football game Friday night, as always, what you would expect. And just looking at the homecoming, I see down here in the front row we have Ellie Welch, who's got her name stamped in the record books here in Pelican Rapids with the second most serves of all time, or ace serves of all time, and the 5th most kills of all time. I believe she's playing basketball right now at Concordia College. At least that's what she was doing when she graduated. And I tell you what, as a teacher, I never thought it would be this hard to associate when people graduated with what year they did. I believe she graduated 2 years ago in the 2020, hold it. I think she was in the 2023 class. I just want to say, Gosh, it's such a hard choice. Maybe 2024. It's difficult. It's difficult to choose, but I'm gonna guess 2024 is when she graduated, because last year was their first year without her, I think, on the basketball side of things. Anyway, she's sitting front and center. I think she has a maroon Cobbers sweatshirt on, so she's enjoying her off season, probably waiting for the start of this basketball season to get underway for the Cobber girls. Garrett and Schreiber take a seat. Mirren Thomas for the Vikings comes in. She serves. It's dug out there by Wagner. Now it's Boyd with a run on. Diving stop attempted by Carly Hovland. Unable to stop it there was number 10 for the Vikings. And Boyd one more time with a nice strong attack. Now serving, that is Schreiber. That's, I believe, Hallie Schreiber. Joey Bell tries to save it. Instead, it goes right into the lap of Dave Rund over there. Oh, good thing he had the cap on the Diet Coke. Otherwise, we would have needed a new scoreboard. And he shook it all up. And it's okay, Mr. Rund. You do not need caffeine this late into the evening. That has a half-life of 4 hours. You should know that. Morgan Korf, right side. Scooped up here. Danielle Boyd, another nice attack. It's deflected up front, and the Vikings cannot handle it. So DGF gets another one. 17-7, eyeing up their third set victory, and therefore their match victory. And it's starting to tick away for the Vikings. They need to move and move fast. Schreiber, Hovland, Kirkwood over to Tweeten, left side, blocked up front, but out of bounds. Point for the Vikings. It was blocked up front there by a skying high Tweeten for the Rebels, as well as number 7, Ava Haas was in the mix. But it is the Vikings' point, and it's Morgan Korf now that's going to serve for Pelican Rapids. Right side, Boyd, dug out Korf, nothing new. Tweeten middle, yes, nice play. The sophomore Tweeten with another kill. Credit her now with 6. Excuse me, that's Korf with 5. Tweeten now has a few at least. Yeah, it looks like they're going to have her at 3 kills on the evening so far. Haas inside into the net, point Pelican Rapids. Another one here, deflected, but out of bounds. So Vikings get another point. Boyd, Schreiber now setting up, Tweeten on the far side. Fortunate bounce for DGF. Would have been probably, it wouldn't have hit the net, it would have been a point, and instead it deflects off the net. Still is a point for DGF. Strong attack there from Tweeten. Gets the bounce over the net. Hovland with a nice diving, knuckling, top spinny, dangerous attack from her. It's her second kill of the night here by the stats, and a very impressive skying and connecting attack that was. Tweeten. Over the middle here, Haas. Right over the shoulder of Joey Bell and lands in, point for DGF. Camille Costello in the gray will send it back over here to the right side. DGF 6 points away now from another victory, making their undefeated season maybe 10-0, as this one's also out, 20-12. A very impressive year by DGF so far. It's going to just get more and more exciting, as it looks like next week is a big one. On Tuesday, they go to face the defending state champion, Hawley Nuggets, who are 3-0 on the season. They are ranked number 1 in Class 2A, according to Minnesota Score Feed. And their 3 wins have come from Monaga, Breckenridge, and Ada Borup. Breckenridge is 8-1, and Hawley won 3 sets to 1. Ada Borup is ranked 8th in, I believe, single A, and Hawley won 3 games to 1. So Hawley has had a tough schedule to start, and they've given every single one of those convincing losses. So I'm really excited to see what DGF can do for that game as I talk over what was probably the best rally of the night. Pelican Rapids just not going away. David versus Goliath continuing to fight. Korf again, Kirkwood, Tweeton. This could be a huge moral victory if the Vikings can break this palindrome up with a victory. It is 12-21 right now. Vikings are trailing. Seems like this match will end in defeat, but can they get a win on that point? They do, and that gets all kinds of applause from the Vikings faithful. And that's definitely something to build off if you're Coach Heidi Eisenman and this coaching staff for Pelican Rapids. Just no quit attitude has been shown here all night. Kirkwood. Garrett inside. Steep attack from number 8. Ariana Hovland. Sending it here, Garrett on the inside. Hovland tries to save, cannot get the dig. And the ball goes caroming into the hallway yet again. It's Kaslin Erickson this time for the Vikings running over. Throws it right at the back foot of Kirkwood. And I think I remembered Carly Wagner, Nurheg, New Richland, something, it's like HED, like is it, it's New Richland something, something, something. That's where Carly Wagner, spelled Carlie, the Minnesota Gophers basketball player and just state of Minnesota basketball star, Carly Wagner, went to high school. And this Carly Wagner from DGF has been nothing but impressive as well. Senior number 4 been all over in this game. Vikings get a point, 15-23, and then that one is long on the far, or on the left side. It was, excuse me, not long, but it was wide. It was over here to the left in the bench of Pelican Rapids. So Pelican gets another point, and it's probably not going to happen, but they are making this score much more desirable. 16-23, respectable, one could say. Korf left side, getting a deflection and getting, excuse me, looks like a net infraction, as I think Morgan Korf on her follow-through might have caught the net, and that's a point here for DGF, making it now game point, 24-16. Garrett subs out for Ava Schreiber, and Schreiber's going to get the duties as she can potentially put this game away for the Rebels. Claps all around from the DGF student section, accelerating claps, Tweeton in, a nice find from Aaliyah Tweeton. A deep attack with some top spin, able to fall down in the back right corner. And so another substitution is Hayden Haugrud out, Mirren Thomas in. Thomas gets it over here, inside, in the middle here. Attack blocked up front by Tweeten and Korf. It looks like Tweeten is going to get the credit for that block. She's the one giving high fives all around, and so Fremke tried to put it away, but Pelican Rapids still fighting. 24-18. Boyd this time off net. Adjustment by Korf. Boyd once again out of bounds. Another point for the Vikings. 19-24. They just will not go away. They will not surrender. Thomas, the pressure mounts. She needs to have a perfect serve every time here for the next 5. This one's steep. She almost let it go as number 16, and it is going to be finished off by Daniel Boyd. I tell you what, Maya Lupke almost let it go, and that might have been the way it would have ended, but instead it's Boyd who gets another kill before the end. The Rebels improved to 10-0 on the season. They face Hawley next week. If you're a fan of volleyball in general, go see that game over at the Hawley. Otherwise, from Pelican Rapids, I'm Logan Knorr. We'll see you next time.